Alright guys, here's a video finally. Haven't been on YouTube for a while. It's been a crazy last year, and then 2020 is already screwed up. But got a new project. Not that I freaking need anymore. That's the MTD mower and a Blazer. Burbero Mustang mini mower. I got more junk at home. I think I had videos of these on the YouTube last year, and they're still not done. Got a new workspace. Farted. I watch all the commenters. Oh, that's unprofessional. Yeah, well. Yep. Okay, so you guys know I live in Central Illinois. This here kind of not really last minute. Start from the bottom and try to keep this faster than what it's been. I was looking at a WC and WD parts tractor on Facebook. They're parts tractors. I was wanting both of them to make one run and drive. Completely restore one of them. Use the other one as parts. Well, I went and looked at them. I've been looking at these things for 2 months. The guy had sent me random pictures of them and answer random questions I had. I finally went and looked at them about a week ago. I was geeked. The seller asked what I had in mind for him. I told him I was going to use one as a parts tractor and fix the other one up. He told me he had a WD-45. Well, he went and showed me this thing and told me that it was a WD-45. And when I first saw it, it didn't have tin work on it, fuel tank, radiator, nose cone. I didn't see any of the engine parts. You know, all I saw was just front wheels, frame, and back half of the tractor. Wasn't really too enthused about it because it was already tore down. Somebody else's basket case. I didn't tear it apart. You know, it's just something about, you know, getting somebody else's shit that they already tore apart, not knowing where anything goes. I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go with the WD and the WC parts tractors. Well, we agreed, next weekend I'd come over, pay for them, and get them towed out of there. Well, for a week, I'd been thinking about, how those other tractors, the wheels and tires are shot. They don't hold air. They don't roll. I had added up the price for the tractors and towing, and, the price of this and towing. The prices were the same. And I've taken on basket cases before. Basket case cars, trucks, motorcycles, four-wheelers, garden tractors. Tractor, that can't be too much harder. I told him I'd take the WD-45 and explained why, and he supported it. Cool, good for him. He was making more money off the deal. Well, Saturday morning I get up, I drive out there, I pay him for it. Him and his son already had this thing loaded up on the trailer and all the parts, which I've never seen, all in the back of his truck. They haul it over, we get it unloaded, they leave, and I start going through parts, trying to make sure I have everything here, and it's probably 95% complete. Found the serial number and I cleaned it up, and it didn't add up. It has the curve shifter like WD-45. I thought it looked like one. The seller was telling me that's how you tell the difference between a WD-45 and a WD. The 45s have curve shifter, and this here is my first tractor, so I didn't know any better. I was doing a lot of research on WCs and WDs. Anyway, the serial number was too early to be a WD-45, and I started looking at WD serial numbers. Guys on Allis Chalmers group, they confirmed it's a late WD. It's a 1953. It's basically got a WD-45 transmission in it, curve shifter. So they said it was very late because of that. And then another dead giveaway after I started doing research, the 6-bolt block, or the cover that covers the push rods on the block, that's WD. So, yeah, well, paid for WD-45. I was told it was WD-45, and turns out it's a WD. Wasn't really mad. It just means the other WD parts tractor, I'm more than likely going to end up getting it just for parts because, you know, it's a WD. So, you know, if I need any transmission parts or axle parts or anything like that, I got it. Then the WC parts tractor, it has a complete engine. It's been converted to 12 volt, but it's stuck from sitting. So, definitely going to get the WC parts tractor for parts, because this engine is not complete. Right off the bat, I'm going to need a new intake and exhaust manifold because that one's rusted out. I'm missing piston and 2 piston liners for this engine, which I'm hoping that I can just get the WC engine cleaned up, freed up, and hopefully rebuild it and use that engine in here. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. May end up taking, if I can free up the WC engine, if it's any good, maybe take the WC pistons, liners, rods, crank, all the bearings and shims from it, put it in this block so it's original block, and then put it in here. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. So this is my first tractor. I'm not just gonna nose dive into it, start tearing shit apart. But yeah, it's definitely a project. I was gonna tear it all down, get everything bagged and tagged, send the parts out for sandblasting, and then set up a little paint booth in here and paint all the parts myself. But why do that when I don't even have an engine for it yet? Figured, you know, when I get stuff torn apart, they just sit for a while. Obviously like this, the MTD mower. So I scrubbed the idea of tearing it all down and sandblasting everything. And it's going to happen later on in life, maybe in the next year or two. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan. I'm waiting for a shop manual to come in the mail for this thing. I'm going to get the WC parts tractor, get the engine out of it, get it on a stand, and then go from there. Hopefully with this engine, what's left of this engine and the WC engine, hopefully I can make one good engine. Really don't want to spend $700 on a complete rebuild kit that has bearings, rods, pistons, rings, gaskets. Yeah. Then the guy, he also had 3 attachments for it. I think a snap coupler, plow, and something else. Probably go back for those in a couple weeks if he still has them. But yeah, I went through all the parts. Definitely need a new intake and exhaust manifold, battery box. Oil pump on here is seized. Fuel tank actually has no dents or dings in it. On the inside of it, you ain't able to see it, but it's rusty. It's got crap in it. But I think it's solid enough that I can clean it out, red coat it, and use it. Everything seems to move on it. The brakes don't work. That's what I was told. I didn't try them myself. But I found that one brake linkage is disconnected. But yeah, just consider this video like a intro video to it, to this project. I'll move stuff around later, make a more detailed video on it. Probably won't be doing any real work to it anytime soon because I gotta finish up my Blazer. I also have to do an engine swap on my girlfriend's SUV. And this here, getting this thing, it was pretty much, had to get it bought, paid for, get it here to the garage, keep it from going to scrap, and screw with it later. But I'm like a kid getting a new toy, you know, I can't leave it. So later today I'll probably end up getting this engine block put on a stand, start cleaning it up in spare time. That's it.